Hey everybody, how you doing? I felt compelled to make this live stream to sort out some uh, observations that I made after Hamas attacked Israel, and then I made after a Hamas attacked Israel, and what and I then I made after a Hamas attacked Israel, and what I come away with is, and the reason I did this is that what I hear is, well, Israel did this bad and that bad and the other thing. And all I can say is, look, as long as I've been alive, there's been the what President Carter will refer to as the Arab Israeli conflict. And this is the latest version of it. And I don't know intrinsically why, although a friend of mine says it's cousin killing cousin. So it's a lot deeper than I know and understand. But the one thing that I do know is this: it's vitally important for us to find a way toward peace, if only so we don't continue the killing and someone gets to a point where they wind up trying to use a terrible device like a nuclear bomb, which Israel does have. And it seems like we're at this stage of our lives where it doesn't matter if you look at Russia suddenly invading Ukraine for ethnic reasons, or maybe it's because they don't like that LGBTQ is free there. You can be who you want to be in Ukraine, but you can't in Russia. I seem to get a hint of that from President Putin, right? And no, I'm not LGBTQ, but my point is, who cares? We'll let people live their lives. That's the way it should be. But there are other people who don't want you to have that freedom. Why? I don't know. They spend a lot of their time trying to direct what you do and misinterpreting what you do. And sometimes it's vice versa. But my point is, these skirmishes happen at a time where the biggest war we just faced was actually against a virus that was created by a person or set of persons in the United States and China. I'm talking about COVID. No one seems to realize that we were actually attacked. We have whole governments that don't treat it like it's war. And yet it really was war. Millions of people were killed by the COVID 19 man made, let's put it out there, virus. And yet those folks are still walking around. No one has been jailed. No one has even been fined, let alone successfully sued. So we need to rethink our priorities and stop killing each other for made up reasons and start paying attention to people who are trying to kill us to make money, to test a device or a vaccine, and then make a lot of money off that vaccine by, it would seem, causing a virus to spread. Because research on coronavirus vaccines has gone on for about 2 decades now. And it was said in one publication that they were looking for a test case for one of their chemical mixtures. Well, they created one. Think about it. The Wuhan lab is here. The market where it was dropped is over here. 24 minutes by freeway drive away. In the same city. Okay? In the same city. That doesn't happen by accident. It happens by intent. What better place to test the spread of a virus than to dump it in a place where there are going to be a lot of people, right? Okay. So that is what we should be concerned about. But somehow we have all these other things to tuck our collective eye off the ball of asking the question, how the heck did the coronavirus come to be? And are we still over it? So now you go to a CVS, they're asking you to pay $190 to get a shot. I have health insurance with Kaiser, but they don't take it. So I have to make an appointment with Kaiser. But what about those folks out there who don't have the luxury of health insurance? I hope that's not the case because Obamacare has really reduced the number of people who don't have health insurance. But the government, I was under the impression, was going to continue to pay for coronavirus vaccines. They just let that go. Are they trying to kill us all? What happens if it kicks up again? At what point do we get to where they say, oh, wow, all right, we're ready? So that happens. And then we have Hamas so triggered by Israeli atrocity that it decides that it's going to do worse atrocity. I grew up learning that two wrongs don't make a right. They don't. Two wrongs do not make a right. So it's not reasonable to believe that we're going to get anything right out of a situation which calls for us to attack back. It doesn't make any sense at all. Okay. Sure, I stand with Israel, but I don't stand for atrocities. I don't stand, when I say I stand with Israel, I mean I stand for Israel's survival, but I don't stand for violence. I stand for people having shields to protect them from bullets. I stand with people who have the ability to live in places that are not attackable. I stand with people who are able to wage peace and not war. And that's what we need. We need to wage peace. And then we need to refocus our eyes and brains on the coronavirus issue. It's still with us. Subscribe to Zenny62 on YouTube. Whew. And bookmark zenny report.com.